I'm Yuri Turchyn, and I perform with Pat Guadagno and Tired Horses for BOBFEST. Every May on Bob Dylan's birthday, we do a BOBFEST performance at the Two River Theater in Red Bank. Has been an eye-opener for me. I'm learning a lot of these songs the first time myself, or hearing them. And that's, I'd say, a new or another notch in my belt, because it becomes something I wasn't exposed to before, or I didn't take the time to listen to. 1, 2, 3.
From Paradise Lost, the city of 7 hills near the place of the cross. I was playing a show in Miami, the theater of divine comedy. Talk about Jesus, talk about the rain. She told me about the jungle where her brothers were slain. By the men who invented iron, disappeared so mysteriously. See a child or an Asian, if we go too far, we snap the bait, and we follow a star to a hole in the wall, to where the long arm of the Lord cannot reach. Could I have been used and played as a pawn? It certainly was possible as the game night wore on. But men bathed in perfume and practiced the hopes of free speech. And the Caribbean winds still blow from that side of Mexico, fanning the flames in the furnace of desire. And the distant ships of liberty on the fireways of bold and free, bringing everything that is dear to me nearer to the fire.
I'm Pat Guadagno. I'm a local singer, song stealer, and playing around Monmouth County area for, well, I guess about 30 years now. Play at this one place called the Downtown Cafe, and I play there every Monday night. And this one particular Monday night, I had just started the night with 2 Bob Dylan songs. There was about 10 people in the bar. And the bartender said that today was his birthday, and is that why I played the 2 Dylan songs? I said, no, I didn't really know that. So I decided that night to try and play as many as I could, and not realizing that I knew that many of them. And ended up playing a whole night of Bob Dylan songs, so they laughingly called it BOBFEST. And the next year we went back and did it a little bit more. You know, I prepared for it a little bit more, learned a few more songs, and now it's become a pretty big theater show. We do it over at the Two River Theater in Red Bank, and it sells out every year, which is good.
I don't know that many Bob Dylan songs, but some of my favorite ones when I was growing up, I was like Blowing in the Wind, It Ain't Me, Babe, stuff like that. His early stuff. And I was learning it on guitar, and I was singing a lot of Dylan songs. It's been a long time. A few of my favorite ones, like Joan Baez's album Any Day Now, she did Boots of Spanish Leather, Love is a Four-Letter Word, Tears of Rage, I Dreamed I Saw St. Augustine. These are great songs. I mean, everything I've heard of Dylan's has a special place in its own evolution. Why he wrote it at the time that he did, what were the times that he was writing for. He's gone through many permutations of his own philosophy of writing. He's a poet. He's an American poet. And he puts his lyrics, his poetry, to music.
We're not an imitation band. I don't go up there and do an impersonation of Bob Dylan. I take them all and we arrange them ourselves. And we do our own versions of it. So it's a mixture of people who have come to expect that from me, and people who like to hear Dylan's music, and people who like to hear Dylan's music but don't like to go hear him do it, because that can be hit or miss. anymore.
I'm learning all these new songs that I never heard before. I haven't heard them because Pat tries to structure each show without repeating anything from the years before. And that's difficult to do, but doable, of course, because Dylan's got such a huge catalog of songs. It's a grueling process to memorize. Let's say we're doing 2 shows per performance, and at least 16 songs per set. So that's 32 songs to remember all the words, and his lyrics are not one page, half a page or a couple of stanzas and a hook. It's telling a story. Sad-Eyed Lily of the Lowlands, Subterranean Homesick Blues, or Like a Rolling Stone. These lyrics, they go on for verses and verses and verses with their hooks, of course, but they tell a story. And that's a formidable undertaking. This is all memorized. This is all internal. Plus, by reading, you're ineffectualizing your performance sometimes because you're concentrating on the next line or something. So you need to internalize all your performances so that it comes across as real and you're truly feeling these songs. And I believe Pat does that really well. He interprets, of course, the songs in his own way, but they're very well structured and done. And of course, he gives musicians a lot of leeway and room to express themselves and dress the song up with their, instrumental additions, whether it's guitar or bass or drums or fiddle or violin or pedal steel and mandolin. I mean, it just goes on. It's just wonderful.
Some guys kind of just showed up at the bar a few times, and then I went out when I decided to put a band together for it. I just went out and found the best guys that I had a relationship with and used to play with, the guys that I admired, and put together a really nice, tight, good band. It's Yuri Turchyn on the violin, Red River Rizzo on the bass guitar, Rich Otto on the guitar, Green Woolley on the drums, Mary McCrink singing with me, Mark Muller and Andy McDonough, and we were lucky to have Steve Delopoulos join us last year, who's kind of a local legend around here too. If they want to pick one that they want to do, they come to rehearsal with a song and always work out pretty good. And, the first time that they did it, our bass player decided to do a song that had one line in it. All the tired horses in the sun, how am I going to get me riding done? And here I am learning Sad-Eyed Lady of the Lowlands and all these other songs that have 2 pages of lyrics, and Phil comes up with All the Tired Horses in the Sun. That's how we named the band Tired Horses.
One of the songs we performed at the last BOBFEST was Hurricane. It was the story about Reuben Carter's incarceration, and according to Bob Dylan, he was innocent. That will always be a historical anecdote we will never prove. Whether he's innocent, that's up to the courts to decide. He did serve time. But anyway, it's a very long song. And Pat did an incredible job of remembering all the lyrics without referring to any cheat sheets. It was incredible. And I was able to play probably the one number that features the violin the most of all that, of the nights that I played with him, or the years that I've played on BOBFEST. That one featured the violin the most, so it was just completely all violin music.
That's the story of the hurricane, but it won't be over till they clear his name and give him back the time he's done. Put in a prison cell, but one time he could have been champion of the world. That felt good to get that off my chest. That's a lot of words, man. It's a true story.
He's going to be 70, and at some point last year, I decided I'd do. On his 61st birthday, we were still in the bar, and over 2 nights, I did 61 songs, and got a lot of acclaim, a lot of press, and things like this. So I thought maybe I'll try 70 songs for his 70th birthday. So I said I'd do that, and it kind of caught on, and I think people are expecting me to do 70 songs over 2 nights. It has gotten big, and I'm really thankful for that, because it's a real pet project for me. I'm very dedicated to it, and my partner who was the bartender that night, Tommy Moog, helps me out a lot. And he's got a lot of Bob Dylan posters, memorabilia, things like that. So we decorate the whole lobby of the theater and Bob Dylan stuff. Lately, the past couple of years, we have been donating a portion of the proceeds to my brother's scholarship fund, the Tony Guadagno Memorial Scholarship Fund that we put together a few years back. And so we donated a portion of the proceeds to that. And it's a really fun night, and it'll be a really fun 2 nights this year.
We're going to cover 70 songs. I really wonder what his wish list is and what it's going to be. I'm not an expert in Dylan. All I know is that it's a pleasure and an honor to be part of Tired Horses with Pat Guadagno leading the ensemble. A final note, I want to look like Pat. He looks so good in those goggle-type glasses that I thought I'd emulate him for a few seconds or a minute or two and try to look as cool as he does with sunglasses on. Ooh-wee, you ride me high. Tomorrow's the day my bride's gonna come. Oh Lord, are we gonna fly down in the easy chair? That's definitely a Bob Dylan song.